My name is Dillon. Welcome back to the Pickle panel. This week we'll be looking at, I want to say this is Maille? I'm not sure. Don't know how to pronounce it. Just looks awesome. So this is a cornichon gherkins style pickle. We got this from Target, paid $5.79 for it. Kind of on the pricier side. 13.5 ounces, and I would say there's about 30 pickles in there. Wow, there's a lot of sediment in there, just looking at it. So, scoring, if you guys remember, we have packaging, brine, and pickles. Pickles will be out of 60, brine will be out of 30, and then packaging will be out of 10. So right off the top, the whole reason I picked this one out from the others, why it stood out to me. One, the shape. Really like this shape. It's very V, kind of slender looking. Also, I like the royal look. It's got gold and black all over it. Even the top is kind of this metallic gold color. Very reflective. I'm liking it. Also, this label here, dark green and black gradient. Really liking that. And just kind of the way it feels in my hand. I like the way that it feels. It gives the feeling of quality, you know. I'm sure marketing did a good job on that one. Also, it's not just your regular square, rectangular, or whatever label. We have kind of these arches on it. So I'm really liking this so far. Packaging, I wouldn't say innovative in any way. However, because it's different, it's not that generic pickle that you see on the shelf. Just like the bagged pickles I saw, I'm going to give this one a 9. Again, just because it looks good. It looks like quality. I feel like this is quality. So 9 out of 10 on that one. So we'll go ahead and get into the brine. First off, the aroma. Wow, okay, that is different. Unfortunately, I would have to say it kind of smells eggy. It smells like... It doesn't smell sour. I guess that's something. It doesn't come off very strong. So let's check out... Let me check out how it is after I stir it up. So something that I don't like is sediment sitting in there. This one has a lot of it in the bottom. Go ahead and give that a stir, see if we can get that going. Clarity-wise, I'm going to have to give it a 5, just because I don't like that look. Yeah, this is a very different scent from the previous pickles. It's not like a sweet pickle, it's not like a dill pickle. I touched my lip on the jar there. I'm going to have to say the aroma, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. It's very subtle. Not sure what to expect with the flavor just based on the aroma. But I'm going to go ahead and give that brine a taste. Wow, is that strong. Okay, not what I was expecting from the aroma. As soon as it hit my tongue, I felt that electric shock. That's what I got from this kind of pickle. And it doesn't take much to really bring that power. Again, as it went to the back of my throat, I felt that sting. I would have to say it was a little bit more tolerable on the second sip because I had so little. If I had like a good sip, I think that would hurt. I'm just going to try that just to kind of see how it goes. Whoa! That is incredibly sour. Okay. I like this. Wow, this is like an undercover sour pickle. So if you like sour, this is the way to go. Wow, that flavor is good. Aside from the sour, I'm also tasting that aromatic scent that was in, that kind of egg. There is that scent that's in there. Let me just read it, see if I can see what's actually mustard. Okay, which definitely that's what's coming through. I'm getting that mustard flavor. Onion, okay. Yeah, vinegar. So definitely, it tastes like wet mustard. I guess that's kind of what it is. I'd have to say it's really good though. That's probably why I'm getting the eggs. I'm thinking deviled eggs. Not even sure there's mustard in that, but it's got that kind of that taste, you know. Very exciting. Wow. 8. I'm gonna give that an 8. Yeah, 8. I'm gonna stick with 8, just because that sourness might be a little overwhelming. And I have to say, it wasn't burning my throat. It was very sour, but it wasn't that kind of like bubbly. I'm gonna be paying for this kind of later. So we'll go ahead and go to the pickle scoring. First off, we're going to look at the size. These are obviously some small pickles. Very uniform in size and shape. Not a whole lot of bends. Size, we're going to give it... This is definitely better than the bagged pickles that I graded a few weeks ago. This would be... I'm going to have to give... Because overall, you know, comparing them to each other, maybe let's do that. Because in the small bagged pickles, I compared them to each other, and they were all over the place. These ones, yeah, I've got one here that's got a little bit of curve to it. Most of them are straight though here. I wouldn't even be bothered if they were all slightly curved, just as long as they're pretty much the same. So size-wise, I could probably line them up next to each other to be like maybe a few millimeters of difference. So size, very good. I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Shape, also very good and consistent, 8 out of 10. Color, I'm seeing a variety of color, kind of interesting. So this one here, it's very bright yellow, and it comes down to more of a tamer yellow. This one's very dark green. Probably about 80% of it is dark green, and then just the tip there is yellow. I'm not seeing any tails. I just want to pull this one out because it looks so bright. If I can get to it, I don't think I can. Yeah, no luck. Well, yeah, no luck. Anyways, that one's, well, is it coming? Yeah, it's coming. So, I don't know. Color, I'm going to have to keep it with the 8 out of 10, you know. Very, very consistent, you know. There are a few differences here and there. So go ahead and look at the texture, flavor, and crunch. Okay, so the first thing I felt was I was expecting the flavor to kick in really quick. It did not. It wasn't until it was thoroughly chewed that I got that really potent sour flavor, and which I do like. Another thing, that crunch crunches all the way through. I kind of feel like smaller pickles don't have the benefit of a large pickle because you can't get as much chew and crunch out of it. So a drawback, I did feel a lot of those bumps texture-wise on my tongue. I'll just go ahead and feel that one just once more. So similarly to the Good and Gather pickles, which received a score of 54, there's that kind of rubberiness to the skin. It could just be the immature size of the pickle. It's not as, you know, it's more appealing to me, I guess, for this pickle. I think just the flavor and crunch make up for that. So in terms of texture, I think the Good and Gather got like a 1. I'm going to have to give the texture probably a 4. Just because it's there, but it's certainly not as prominent. So flavor. I'm really liking that sour flavor that's coming in. It's almost like a surprise. Yeah, this does phenomenal in flavor and crunch. Wow. I forgot about this sediment problem. So as I mentioned before, you know, as you drink the brine and you get down to the end, you have more concentration of sediment. I think that's going to impact that flavor as well. I would be giving it something high like an 8, but just because this does have an impact on the flavor, I'm going to have to give it probably a 6. It's going to take a hit for that one. Despite the fact that it is sour, and I do very much like sour pickles. If you like sour pickles, this is a go-to. Crunch. Very good on the crunch. Honestly, I don't have anything bad to say about the crunch. As you got to the skin, it did have that, you know, that rubbery texture, but it was still very crunchy throughout. Let me try just one more here. Yeah, every single bite, crunchy. Even as I get to the end, it's very crunchy. All of the bits. I'm gonna have to give that crunch a 9 out of 10. So far, the scoring is looking pretty good. Kind of interested to see where it lands and how it compares to the smaller pickles of the previous reviewing. So give me a minute, I'll go ahead and tally this up and we will take a look at the scores. So, pulling the score together, I guess I shouldn't be surprised anymore at how the scoring system has worked. I feel like the scoring is working very well. I was worried when I started this journey that the sour pickles would kind of be overwhelmingly higher scored and the sweet pickles would be overwhelmingly lower scored because of my preference. And I think having so many categories is really helping offset that, especially looking at the brine and packaging. Some pickles are getting some extra points where I feel like they wouldn't, just based on the flavor or the pickle or just the brine, you know. So really interesting. Packaging, got 9 out of 10. Again, I really like this. This is cool. Very small, probably not enough if you're going to have frequent snackings. The brine, high scoring was the flavor. Just that punch of the sour really came through. And the pickle, biggest thing was the crunch. If you're going for a crunchy sour pickle, this is the one. To receive a score of 43 out of 60, the brine 19 out of 30. Overall scoring was 71, so that's the highest scoring we've had so far, just as it compares to the other pickles. So this one being a 71, our lowest pickle was also the small pickles. Good and Gather was 54. The Vlasic from episode 1 was 60 out of 100. Then the Get Me sweet and hot pickles received a score of 61, Famous Dave's received a score of 62. So kind of interesting how those pickles were 1 point difference from each other. The Good and Gather, I really feel like it did take a big hit on the texture wise. So it did receive a score of 54 being so low. Interesting that this one scored 71. You know, that's 9 points ahead of the Famous Dave's, which is the pickle just below it. Very impressive. Awesome. I like it. This is something that, again, if you like snacks and sour pickles, this is a good one to go to. I don't know how many you could have, depending on how your sour tolerance is. Just make sure you shake it up before you get into snacking. Recommendings, pairings, again, definitely a snack thing. I'm not sure what you would do with a gherkin, to be honest. I'm sure there's some kind of recipes out there, but this is really good. Awesome. Maybe if you want to make some kind of relish with it, it'd be a good option. But again, looking out for that sourness. Next week, I don't really have anything planned. I know there's a few pickle popcorns that I want to check out. Anything pickle flavored really is on the table for the pickle panel. Do enjoy rating a good pickle. Probably head to the store, see what else is interesting. Local pickles are also very good. So if there's any pickle makers in the Fargo, Grand Forks area, I'd love to check them out. I know there's a few places in Fargo that I will be picking up some pickles myself and rating them. So they'll have a spot on the show. Anybody else that's got pickles in mind, send them my way, let me know, comment, subscribe, like, all the fun stuff. Go check out the TikTok, post videos there every now and then, mostly just to redirect people back here, but maybe we'll get some sneak peeks and stuff in future episodes. So, see you next week on the Pickle Panel. My name is Dillon. I'll see you guys later. Bye.